Alright, here's for the moment. So we got the thing just about filled with oil here. We're going to just put a little bit more oil in it to make sure we got it level on the ground now. And we just kind of get some wood underneath it. It is on a stand, you see here. So it's not just standing on wood blocks. But we don't know, I mean, hey, it's a brand new engine. This is a good time for you guys to stop, pause the video, make your comment, and tell me whether you think it's going to run, blow up, whatever. And then make your guess, and then you can always revise it later and say you were shocked, whatever, if it did or didn't. But yeah, make sure to do that at some point in the video. Make sure you stop and comment and let everybody know what you think. Either way, positive, negative. And this way we can see if this thing will run. So we're going to go through the motions here in just a second. I'm going to set you guys up right over here in the sidelines. About right, would you say? How about right there? Is that about right, you think? Alright, so we're leaving right here and bring you back in the video and we're ready to go. Just so you know, we do these usually on the bench first like this, and then we put it in the car because every once in a while something happens like an oil leak or whatever, and you can always comment that too if you think it's going to leak oil before we even start, or if it's not going to get oil pressure. We do have an oil pressure gauge set in there. We'll show you that in a little bit. And we're going to do our will it run right now. Alright, we got a little wind going on here, so hopefully I may have to move you guys down a little bit. Here, put you down right here so the wind doesn't blow the camera over. Let's try moving it up a little bit. Like that. Alright, your guess is as good as mine. I think it's going to run and it's going to be fine, but you know what? It's always a little scary, all these new parts. We are going to have to let it run for 20 minutes because of the cam. Even though it is used, the lifters and cam need to break in together. And yeah, there's reasons how I use cam. Prime to make sure it starts. You got choke hooked up here? We don't know if the choke thermostat works. Yes, we do have oil pressure. Spark? Fuel line. I'm going to pop it off a little bit. Check the fuel. Yep, looks like we got a little fuel problem here. I'll bring you guys back in the video in a second. For some reason it's not bringing it up. Alright, we'll see what happens. We still don't have fuel up to there. It's weird, we're not getting a good prime. Make sure you guys are on. Yeah, it looks like you guys are on.
switch in and yeah, that goes.
The rod's in it, I'm sure. Oh, and it's the right rod for the pump. We use the same one. Yep. All right, we're going to reroute the fuel line and just bypass the pump here. I'm not sure why it's not working. It was working before, so I went with the same pump because I knew it worked. Yep, we have fuel now. For some reason, the fuel pump just decided to take a shit on us. Well, not really sure why, but anyway, we're going to go ahead and use the electric pump that's on there, and we'll just fire it up with that. Our time is
You know, it'd help if we actually put the damn coil wire on all the way.
Oh.
It was even hooked up for
Stupid, simple shit.
Alright, now let's see if it'll fucking start now we actually got it pulled off.
Still? One more? got a little fuel leak, but it's just minor. We got to run it through the cam break-in, so it's not that bad. The choke isn't working right. We'll let it run here for about 20 minutes at about that RPM there, close to 2,000 RPM. Give it a little wrap every once in a while. Sounds good. Don't hear any noises or anything. Of course, remember it has chromoly push rods, so a little more noisy than the regular ones, even at zero. Sounds good, huh? Let's do some temp checks again. Let's go do a valve cover check. Valve cover. Lower cylinder, hot air coming through the engine. Other side. This is the ambient temperature outside right now. Yeah, I think we got a little breaker. That's 80 pounds. It'll calm down after a little bit. I don't want to be around that pressure line if it goes off. It might. All the way up. let's look around for oil leaks. We know we have a little gas leak. That little gas leak right there in the carburetor. Guess you don't have to worry about wearing eye protection. We're going to let this run for a little while. We'll bring you guys back in the video here in a little bit. Yeah, we just got to run a little bit longer. We got to take the carb apart and figure out what's going on with that as soon as we get it stopped. And we'll do some adjustments. We'll let you guys hear it. It'll be on the same video here, so stay tuned. Maybe if you want to skip ahead, you can. Make your comments. If you see something you don't like or like. The motor sounds very, very smooth. It sounds perfect. So it actually sounds really good. But so we'll get that down to idle and stuff once you guys really check it out a little bit. Hang on. So real quick, we gave it a couple coffee wraps, and of course we got to do some work to the carb. We want to kind of get that dialed in a little bit better before we do too much of that. But man, this thing sounds mean as hell. I mean, it doesn't sound like a little motor. It sounds like a nice big one. And with that carb, you'd be surprised how mean it sounds. When you hit that thing, it's just like, it just sucks like crazy. But we got a leak right here. The accelerator pump's leaking, so we're not sure. We just went through and rebuilt this, and it might be that the thing is a little bit warped. We're going to try and fix that, and then we notice the choke pull off isn't pulling off all the way, and the thermostat seems to be like it's not working. So again, it was a $15 at a swap meet for this carb. I saw it there and I went, $15. Oh, I can't go wrong. So. Because these are hard to find, the older ones. The newer ones, you know, you can buy them and they don't work on the smaller motors. Like I could probably put the bigger carb on this one, we could probably get it to adjust. But we're gonna go ahead and do that. We'll bring you guys back in the video. We'll see if we can get it here to idle and run. We got it to idling for a second here, and it sounds amazing. It's just a beautiful, crappy, little bit of bumpy idle. Not too smooth, but not too rough. And the temps look good, so we noticed it's getting a little hotter on this side, and we heard little poo-poos going on. We think the valves got a little tight over here, because remember they're set at 0 because of the push rods. So we're going to reset those probably, and then do the carb, and then we'll bring you guys back in and let you check it out. All right, so guys, we ended up with a little bit of a problem. I mean, the motor's fine. We ended up with a little bit of a problem when we started to test the carburetor. One of the things we ran into while the engine was running was a fuel leak, and so what we found out the fuel leak is the wonderful MP parts. Hang on a second, let's show you. So this wonderful brand new accelerator pump, look at that. See how it's just the rubber parts gone? It was leaking through the diaphragm, brand new, and already leaking. So we are not going to put another MP one of these on. You know, you can look them up. I remember I said Holly Weber, so you know, you guys are trying to find parts for these. You look up on YouTube, or on not on YouTube, on eBay, Holly Weber accelerator pump. I saw one from Motorcraft for $16. So original equipment, so it ought to be good. And yeah, it's called a Holly Weber. So guys that say it isn't, it is. But yeah, they they recognize it as that, and it looks like it's going to be the same one. Hard to tell from the photos. I think it will be. and we ordered another carb kit from a different brand. So if you go to O'Reilly Auto Parts or something like that, the carb kits for these are like $58 if you have a wholesale account, and I have a wholesale account. So you know, man, that's like ridiculous for a carb kit. So also we found that the choke thermostat was not working, but then I tried to do this. Those are available, the empty ones for that are available for like, I think $30 or something like that. But you know, I'm almost thinking I went ahead and ordered one. I'm thinking, what do you guys think? Do you think I could like maybe unsolder that and then take it off, and maybe I could resolder that on? I don't know. Maybe I'll try and then see. What I'll do is I'll ground this part and then put the positive here and see if it starts to coil up. You know, see if it starts to get hot. I kind of just barely touch it with my finger. If you touch it with your finger, like, it could be really hot. So be careful if you try doing that. But I'm gonna try it and maybe see what happens. But we're kind of in a brick wall right now, and it's gonna be a few days before we get all this stuff, because you know, these parts are a little harder to find. Not everybody has them. They have the 32, 34, 32, 36. That's what the other one is. This is the 26, 27. 32, 36. I've never. I mean, they made actual Holly that way too, but I don't think I've ever seen one for VW until, you know, MB came out with theirs. So you guys are gonna have to tune back in. I think we're gonna have to end it on this one and kind of wait for our parts and put it together. It's gonna take a little while to get the jetting right. A lot of the jets are not in stock. We're gonna try and just do them with a jet drill. Might be a good idea if you were trying to build one of these to actually buy a jet drill kit. We may be getting something. So we won't be getting something called a wideband. I'm gonna see about ordering that right now, and then we'll. What that is basically we put a exhaust, like a oxygen sensor on the exhaust, and then we actually check the CO and HCs coming out of the tailpipe, and check and kind of get that measured out so that we can get it pretty well tuned pretty correctly with the jetting. So hopefully we'll be able to get that and do those videos. I'm not guarantee that, but that's probably what's coming up, and that'll help you guys. They're, yeah, I'm not sure, they're about $100 or so, and what that does is it helps you kind of eliminate some of the guesswork in your jetting. And you know, if it was a Solex, I'd be able to knock it out, no problem. But being that there's 4 jets, there's 2 jets. There's an air jet and there's a fuel jet for the primary, air jet, and a fuel jet for the secondary. So it's a little bit trickier to jet. That's what I was saying about jetting these is a little bit crazy. But once you get it right, you know, it'll be really good, because you know, you're going to be driving around on a I'm going to be driving around on a primary, and then what happens is I'm driving around on the primary, and then when I need it, I can just open up the secondary and I'll have plenty of power. We did happen to just hit the secondary a few times, and my God, this thing just, it comes alive. It sounds like the air suction. It sounds like it's got, like, you know, it sounds like the dual carburetors do when you open them up. Whoop, you know, that real deep sound, and it sounds like that. So it's like really sucking a lot of air through there. So I can tell those big valves are really helping this thing out. So it's pretty exciting. I can't wait to show it to you guys, and can't wait to get you guys involved with the tuning of it when we get it all done. We'll get you guys back in on that, but once we get the jetting pretty close, then we'll go ahead and play around with it and show you how it runs, and we'll take you for a ride in the van and all that too. All right, so stay tuned. I'll talk to you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and it's pretty exciting.